What's up, guys and gals? It's your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys the latest chapter review, live reaction, in fact, for Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 200. And what are we on right now? Chapter 227. Alright, let's just jump right into it. We've been live reacting to this whole battle. I'm hoping this chapter is really good as well. We open up with a double-page spread right out of the gate that I already actually sort of got spoiled on, if you will. Just the color page of Sukuna versus scarred up Gojo and Yuji looking on like, you know, and that's pretty much it. But I don't really think that's much of a spoiler. I just happened to see the image before reacting to the chapter. But it's cool to see it all in color and that kind of idea. I try to usually use color pages and stuff like that for my thumbnails. So when they're, you know, the official ones. So yeah, I'll have to wait and see about that. Anyways, we'll see if it works out. Sometimes certain, like if you want to use a panel, but sometimes it's too busy. Sometimes it doesn't work. It is what it is. But anyways, let's just jump right into it with chapter 227. So Gojo takes the offensive with an inexplicable trick, which a lot of people have explained to me, or from last chapter or whatever, that this is very similar to what Hakari does. However, I'm sort of out on the limb that what Hakari's doing is slightly different from what Gojo's doing, because what Hakari's doing, it's within Hakari's jackpot to do so. Does that make sense? Like it's within the realms of his technique to replenish his technique after the fact and basically roll the dice again. He's not really using, you can argue that yes he is, but I think it's more of a roundabout type of way that he does it. It's more like he gets one last shot when the jackpot runs out to roll the dice again. If he hits another jackpot, see, that's the key difference. I don't really think he's using reverse curse technique to heal his cursed technique necessarily. I think jackpot allows him one more roll at the dice. Because as we know, he got consecutive jackpots, he might not actually hit the jackpot again. So it's not exactly the same thing. He's just Hakari's very, very lucky. So maybe I'm wrong about that, but I do think that this is different because everyone's so shocked about it, sort of idea, right? So I don't know, but either way, he takes it with, he's been able to heal his reverse curse technique. So let's see what the explanation for this one is. We'll see, maybe somebody will compare it to Hakari, and then I'm just wrong, but let's see. You know, maybe Hakari will sit there, that's sort of similar to what I do, or something like that, you know? But he shouldn't be able to do it because, you know, that's within my technique. Maybe he'll explain it better, I don't know. Using reverse curse technique to heal his exhausted curse technique, question mark. Kusakibe Okotsu. Oh, they're going straight to Yuta about this. They're going straight to Yuta being like, you're the guy, you know, if anybody could do some, you know, with unlimited cursed, not almost unlimited cursed energy with our CT, is this a thing? Can you do this too? And Okotsu has stood up out of his chair and he's just like, I'd like to say it's impossible, but the fact is, Gojo Sensei is doing just that. So wait a minute now. Yuta himself, who knows about how Hakari works from what we understand, is saying that healing after a domain expansion, healing your curse technique automatically and going back into it should be impossible, but the fact is that Gojo just did that. He's just like, and Yuta's sitting there like, he can't, but he is? Okay. So, alright, let's go. Let's see if they explain it. Alright, so I'm seeing, let's see, we're seeing a V8 engine here, or a V10 engine by the looks of it. Let's see. Are they going to compare it to oh, it's a V12. My bad, it's a V12. I was just counting the, but a curse technique that's been burnt out by using domain expansion is an entirely different matter than physical damage, right? Just like when a machine overheats, even if it isn't broken, you have to let it cool or it won't work. Small motors are a perfect example of this. If you overheat your, you know, your pressure washer, your lawnmower, you know, those type of things. If it gets too hot, even a cordless drill. If it gets too hot, even a cordless battery-operated drill, if you're making that thing do a lot of work, eventually, even if your battery has a full charge, it will give out. and it won't let you. The drill will be like, nope, the motor's too hot. There's things called overload, bimetallic overloads, and things in that to protect your machinery, to protect your engines from doing that. They will not start under a certain heat threshold. There's a lot of different sensors and different types of switches that do that, and relays, but the fact of the matter is, this is correct. And what they're saying is that is exactly how curse techniques work after a domain expansion. You can't use your curse technique after that because it's overheated. It's not going to work. And I mean, it literally won't work. You won't get it to start. There's not this whole, oh, it's dangerous for you to do it, but you can do it. No, literally, the car will not start. It's just not possible. Your lawnmower won't start. You gotta let it cool down. Like, you know, there's no way to force it that I mean, once again, by the time you opened it all apart and shorted it together and stuff, the thing would probably be cooled down enough, you know? So I don't think there's actually a way to do that. In most small motor machines anyways. Let's see what Maki says about this. So what you're saying is reverse curse technique can repair damage but can't cool an overheated technique. But yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah, that's what I always thought, says Yuta, but it looks like my understanding was incomplete. Okay, that's another... Oh, I like that. That's another option. They're basically saying this is impossible because this is how it works. What Yuta's suggesting is this is how we all think it works. Ah, a hypothesis... You know, or a new discovery. Cursed energy, sort of like science. Okay, you know, we thought we knew this is the way it worked, but someone came along and broke that law. So it's like, okay, maybe we got to backtrack on that. Maybe that law is not absolute. I mean, that's what science is all about, after all, right? Is, you know, what we think is the truth, and we take as the truth today might not be correct tomorrow. So, all right. Alright, I'm good with that. Wait, is that true? Says, or Yuta's thinking. Gojo Sensei may just be doing something unbelievable right now. Okay, so what Yuta's saying there's also another option that, no, we're right. Gojo's just breaking the rules. You know, we don't know how, but he's just doing it. So we have Gojo and Sukuna facing off, back to the fight. You can expand your effective range, can't ya? Alright, so they're facing down. And then boom, Sukuna goes in. The instant Sukuna expanded the range of his malevolent shrine to its maximum. Are you crazy? What the hell are you thinking? Infinite void. Jesus. Gojo's just like, yeah, let's do it again. Infinite void. So wait a minute. He immediately does another domain expansion? I mean, Gojo Satoru expanded his domain once more. But won't the same thing happen again? I'm assuming there's a limit here. Does he just want to have the same thing happen again? Yeah, he isn't that naive. I see. He switched the internal and external conditions for the barrier. I forget what his conditions are for the barrier. He's going to make it so he can't break the barrier this time, but what's he going to give up? The sure hit effect to be able to protect the outside barrier? I don't know what the conditions are. I forget. It isn't breaking this time, which means this barrier can guard itself against attacks from the outside. Seems a bit unfair that he can just change his conditions of his domain on the fly. I mean, I don't even remember what exactly Gojo, because can't you make different, it's sort of like, aren't barriers more sort of similar to binding vows, like you make conditions to make them stronger, weaker, how you want them to handle, how you want them to do. A barrier technique works like that, and a domain barrier is no exception to the same rule as other barriers. But I don't remember what Gojo's barrier conditions are within and without, so okay. I'm just gonna go with it and assume it's all working out just fine. This is an awesome shot, just all over Malevolent Shrine there, just completely. I love all the cow skulls and just the artwork there. Looks really cool from this sort of, not completely bird's eye perspective, but you know, 6th floor perspective, I'll call it. Yeah, looks pretty cool. And Gojo says, let's take this from the top. Alright, here we go. And wait, boom boom, they're going back to fist fighting? Bam bam bam. Okay, they are. And then Gojo got smacked twice apparently. And he dodges and they're working. Are you serious, Sukuna? What did Sukuna do? You can use domain expansion and domain amplification at the same time. I forget exactly what domain amplification does, but I imagine it just making him, you know, Kaioken! You know, that's basically what it's doing, I'm assuming, because he seems to be physically beating Gojo right now or something. So, is he getting used to this? And his output is increasing to more than before. I guess that isn't impossible. Okay, so Gojo's analyzing the situation. While using domain amplification, you cannot use the innate technique etched into your body. That's the trade-off, right? Once a curse technique is granted to a domain, it's a whole new ballgame. Right? And Sukuna's shocked. Boom. Oh, he's coming at him. He nearly got him. Sukuna dodges. Gojo dodges. Well. Wait. Smack. Oh, damn. Gojo got him right in the ribs. Boom. Boom. Who gives a shit? Okay, so Gojo's like, yeah, I'm thinking this all through. Domain amplification does this does that, this does that, and I'm here trying to remember all my terminology. Okay, what does that exactly mean? Doesn't matter. Fisticuffs. Boom. Like, seriously. Sitting here for half a reaction, reading all this stuff. Can Gojo do this? Can Gojo do that? Meanwhile, Gojo in the story is like, fuck all, trying to figure out exactly what the hell's going on. Fist! You know, like, seriously. He's literally just going, fuck it, fist fight. And then, wait, Sukuna dodges around him after that? Gojo, huh? What? While inside my domain, Sukuna turned off his sure hit effect? Okay. How did he figure that out? How did he figure that out? What? Just because after getting hit, he got behind you, that means his sure hit effect? It's because he touched him? Because he hit him? But they've already been touching each other because they've been blocking, so I don't know how Gojo figured that out. Because, you know, just because I'm blocking you, if you punch me and I go like this and I block you, you know, you still hit me. You still touched my physical body just because there was a hit on. I'm not sure why he's thinking this right now. And let's see, they're back to back. Sukuna's smiling. Kenjaku, for some reason, is talking right now. Fuck this guy. Fucking body snatcher from Mars. The only ones unaffected by Infinite Void are Gojo Satoru himself, that's right, and anyone that he directly touches. I've already gotten first-hand experience there. Is that right? There's a flashback panel, so I assume that's correct, but I don't remember that being in effect. Anyone that he directly touches. Directly being the key word, I suppose. So it's because he got a clean hit, he intentionally touched Sukuna. So now Infinite Void's not going to work on Sukuna anymore? Is that what I'm gathering from that? Okay, okay. Then Gojo should have known better then. Why would Gojo go to fisticuffs if he knew, okay, he did all this work, reverse curse technique, broke the laws of physics, did all this shit to make another Infinite Void to hit Sukuna again, knowing that the one weakness was don't fucking, you know, you know, like don't make this a Dragon Ball Z fight. Do not do Street Fighter. Don't play Street Fighter with Sukuna inside Infinite Void. It's the one weakness, and he intentionally ignored it. That's weird. Huh. Okay. There's probably some cursed energy dude from Wikipedia going like, well, actually, because of domain amplification, Gojo knew this about the sure hit effect and assumed that the sure hit effect of Sukuna's domain would null and void the Infinite Void, but it would not null and void the Infinite Void because the sure hit effect is not in effect, so he could do fisticuffs because of domain amplification, blah, 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 and it's probably some super complicated stuff. So I'm going to assume that Sukuna just basically pulled one over on Gojo with this. He assumed that Sukuna had activated one thing, he actually hadn't, and he basically put him into a trap. It's a trap! So that's what I'm going to assume, right? In order to destroy Gojo Satoru's domain from the outside, Sukuna expanded his effective range and increased the power of his binding vow even further than he did in Shibuya. Yeah, we know that. We saw that. Using a binding vow, Sukuna managed to further increase the power of his domain outside Gojo's domain by removing a sure hit guarantee inside the domain. While simultaneously keeping himself safe from Infinite Void by touching Gojo Satoru directly. Oh, but wait a minute. Simultaneously to keep himself. So why didn't Infinite Void attack Sukuna at that point? Okay, I guess I'm forgetting something, but so someone will probably explain. All my comments are going to be paragraphs long, explaining how I'm missing key points and I don't understand the power system. And I'll be honest with you guys, I just don't anymore. But the technical aspects of it, it's over my head. But fact of the matter is that I don't understand what was the point in activating, well, not the point, but he activated Infinite Void. The moment he did that, why wasn't Sukuna hit by it? If that was the case. He said, using a binding vow, Sukuna managed to further increase the power of his domain outside of Gojo's domain by removing his sure hit guarantee effect inside the domain. Once again, this did not affect Gojo's domain as far as I am aware. So when he did this again, when he activated Infinite Void a second time, he's simultaneously keeping himself safe from Infinite Void, meaning he was in danger of Infinite Void by that logic, by touching Gojo Satoru directly. But the moment he activated Infinite Void, Sukuna didn't, like, that. I was under the impression that the moment a domain is activated, boom. Like, there's no time delay between the time the attack can happen, right? Yeah, so he activates Infinite Void and then has enough time to say, let's take this from the top. Are you saying that Infinite Void has the time it takes for him to say Infinite Void, it's activated, he has the time to say, let's take it from the top, Sukuna gets to rush him, and Infinite Void hasn't yet attacked Sukuna in that way? Okay. I mean, I'm just going to assume that this is all, like, it's all epic and stuff, but I guess my lack of, I thought I understood the power system about 80% for the most part of my read-through of this series. I thought I understood a good chunk of it, but now at this point I'm registering that now that we're in the final stages of the series, I'm realizing that I understand less and less and less as these very important big battles with the technicalities continue to go on. I'm at a loss, so I'm just gonna keep saying, yeah, okay, this happened, and just enjoy the choreography and enjoy that this is the two big the two titans fighting it out, you know what I mean? Rather than go into the details, because that's just gonna go nuts. So yeah. Anyways, it ends off with saying, once again, boom, the domain is shattered. I don't know what the conditions were for keeping the barrier not from attacking him from the outside this time. But it happened, so now Malevolent Shrine is still activated. Gojo Satoru's domain collapses once again. Sukuna mocks him and says, take it from the top, eh? And Gojo's like, and then boom. So, of course, Cleave, or whichever one, Dismantle is coming at him. So, Gojo backs away, but he's getting all cut up again, it seems. Yuji screams, why? Katsukibe looks like Sukuna's also changed the condition of his domain somehow. And hey, Hikari looks over. Oh, Kashimo. Remember, these guys are waiting in the wings. Like Yuta, Maki, Hikari, Kashimo. When Gojo finally goes down while they watch this fight. And this guy's got that, I'm going to use my curse technique once thing. So he's watching this, seeing everything Sukuna can do. And he's standing there, he goes, if he dies, I'm going out there next. This is like the Cell games going on right now, you know what I mean? Like every fighter just waiting their turn. Okay, alright. Let's see. Let's watch how they fight. Let's weaken them. Let's make them exhaust their strength. And then I'll go out next. And we'll just keep doing this until we take down Sukuna. Not a terrible strategy, realistically. But Kashimo, don't try to stop me. Okay, so Hikari's sitting there just thinking about it. But so Hikari hasn't brought up the fact that his jackpot works like that. So I'm assuming that going back to the original point at the beginning of the chapter, Hikari was never brought up. The way he uses jackpot, Kashimo or Hikari never brought up that that's exactly what Hikari was doing. So I'm still holding out to my theory that that's not how what Hakari's doing is not the same thing Gojo's doing. It looks the same and acts the same, but it's not the same because it's... Why would Hakari just let Yuta and Kusakibe say, and Maki go, I don't know how the fuck Gojo's doing this, and Hakari doesn't pipe up, actually, I can do that. I can do it right now if you guys want to see it. You know, like, I do that all the time. Why wouldn't he have, you know, chimed in there? So I'm assuming that there is a difference of some description. So yeah, let's see what happens. So Kashimo is waiting because we still don't know what his super lightning, we assume it's a lightning based you know, curse technique will do. And Sukuna's shocked and looks. Gojo's all cut up. The wounds are shallow. Oh, okay, so they're just surface cuts. Learned this one when I was a kid. I haven't used it much since I mastered my domain, but not bad, right? Gojo, you're looking fucked up. Okay, that is one of the worst panels of Gojo I think I've ever seen. Like, what the fuck is going on with his eyes? Like, his whole face is contorted. I'm pretty sure it didn't force his face to be disfigured, you know? It's just supposed to cut you up, man. What the hell is going on with Gojo right now? You know, looks like an inbred child right now. Holy, that eye placement is freaking me out. All right, moving on. Kusakibe yells, "Falling Blossom Emotion," so he knows what he's doing. What is that? Not sure. No idea. Don't know. It's weird how in the know you are, Achen. Let's see. So, Panda said, wait. So he's talking to Panda. It's a secret art of the big three sorcerer families, an anti-domain technique. Isn't that like Simple Domain and Wicker Basket? Not so secret if you knew about it, Kusakibe, says Panda. Well, maybe Kusakibe is one of the people in the know, Panda. Kusakibe getting disrespected up in here. It's an application of cursed energy that automatically repels anything you touch. Alright, that's a little different. It doesn't do a thing against the effects of complex domains like Infinite Void, but if you're up against a simple technique like Sukuna's slashes, it's pretty useful. Alright, it won't be torn apart like a simple domain either. Alright, cool. But you won't come out unscathed. It isn't a technique strong enough to rival the output of a domain. So that's the idea. So this is sort of... There's pros and cons to using this ability, but it's similar. It can't be destroyed like Simple Domain can, but you're still going to take damage. It's not foolproof. I mean, it's working in this particular situation, so I don't really see the issue so far. And let's see. It's enough, and Gojo can heal his burnt out curse technique with reverse curse technique. At the very least, he'll buy enough time to heal. And Yuta's thinking, really? So Yuta's not convinced. Gojo domain expansion. He's doing it again? Jeez. Alright, he's just gonna keep doing it. Again? Yeah, Yuji. No, this time it's huge. What, he's making a huge one? Does he plan to capture Sukuna's entire domain range within his barrier? Alright, so he's trying to capture, he's trying to do the same thing that Sukuna did pretty much, and capture. He's like, oh, you're not the only one who can capture a domain from the outside. I'm gonna do it now. He's expanding his barrier like crazy. Like I said, the way he just switches up his domain condition is plain unfair. He's not wrong. Like, Sukuna and Gojo in this battle have just constantly just been, alright, you know those rules we established throughout this series? Nope. They're going down a checklist, like, how many rules can we break? And it's kind of funny, really. Meme said, isn't this a bad move? By expanding the range of the barrier, the quality of the domain itself will decrease considerably. Fair enough. Even if the domain won't be destroyed from the outside anymore, it's meaningless if he loses on the inside. True. And we're already seeing a crack in the domain. Wait a minute. Did it not work? Okay. And then we got Hakari, Yuta, and Kashimo looking worried. Wait, the barrier is quickly becoming... Oh, it's shrinking? Wait a minute. If the opposite... So tiny. Oh, it's the size of a fucking, like a basketball by the looks of it. The battle between the strongest becomes more dense. And that's the end of the chapter. Okay, well, I was about to say, what Mei said, isn't this a bad move? By expanding the range of the barrier, the quality of the domain will decrease. So what if you were to shrink the size of the barrier? Doesn't the power increase? Is it not a two-way street like that? Okay. Alright, is it not relative? Alright. So, that's the end of the chapter. I think the ending was pretty cool. I'm going to hold out with my Hikari theory for now, that what Gojo's doing with reverse curse technique and what Hikari does with Jackpot are different because they were talking about it in this chapter and it was not brought up. So I'm assuming that it is different in some way. I'm just going to hold out on... I'm gonna die on that hill, guys. I'm ready. Come at me, bro. I'm ready to die on that hill. But... outside of that, yeah, so some of this, obviously, a lot of it went over my head, the technicalities of what exactly, why this is working, that's not working, this, that, and the other thing, all these layers. There's plenty of layers, plenty of layers. So, either way, I thought it was really cool, though. The choreography is really cool, the art's been pretty solid. That Gojo face is going to give me nightmares. I'm like... is this Gojo from fucking, I don't know, Utah or something like that? Utah or something? I don't know. Like, seems like the inbred mistake child or something that we keep in the closet. But either way, other than that, the rest of it looked pretty fire. And I like how it ended on the whole idea of, oh, wow, he just keeps using Infinite Void. And he keeps, nope, that didn't work. Nope, that didn't work. Nope, that didn't work. And then in the end, yeah, we're going to try this another time and shrink. Let's see what happens this time. So... 228 should be very exciting to see how the density will increase and how that'll help Infinite Void and the power-ups and stuff like that. So yeah, either way, sorry that I don't understand as much as I guess you guys would probably like me to. The technical aspects are just over my head and stuff, but nonetheless, I hope you still enjoyed the reaction and stuff like that. I still like the series, still like the stuff, even if I'm not fully comprehending what's going on in the fight. It's still a pretty cool fight, isn't it? Isn't it pretty badass? So that's the main thing, to enjoy the visuals and stuff, if nothing else. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a very good long weekend if you're Canadian like me. If not, I don't know if you have a long weekend anywhere else in the world, but I have a long weekend. I have Monday off, so gonna try to get some stuff done as a result. So anyways, thanks once again for watching. This has been Griever with Chapter 227 live reaction. Hope to see you guys again soon, and sayonara.